So let's go back and revisit some of the harmonic possibilities of what some of these shapes could be. There's different options for a lot of them. Maybe you'll think of more than I'm about to show you. So if we go back to the very first thing that we have these, nothing but tritones on these low strings. So, there's all kinds of possible harmonies that this could be. You could be in a Lydian mode, something that's like, something that resolves like that. Could be, part of like a Locrian scale, a Locrian mode. It could be like a part of this. A half diminished chord, minor 7 flat 5. Like a little extension of that. That's pretty neat. What else could be? It could be part of like a diminished scale, because that's got tritones in there. Diminished scale, of course, being an alternation of half steps and whole steps, or whole steps and half steps, giving you an 8-note scale. You could have, I don't know. It's about all that comes off just right off top. There's probably things I'm missing, but whatever. You can think about it and jog your mind a little bit. So if I switch, let's see what we got going on here. It sounds like some kind of like major 7 thing. Or let's see, we got so we got a D flat major 7 kind of shell right here with a sharp 11. Yeah, that's probably what I would call this. See, because it's almost D flat major 7, but you have this little extension, auxiliary note, maybe leading back to that, kind of more like that Lydian concept from the last one. Let's see, the next one, okay, that is what you call an augmented triad. Notice every note, we have an E to an E, and we have nothing but major thirds in between. So it's augmented. Usually augmented is like a good something for a 5 chord. I notice an augmented chord can be called by each of the notes that's in it, because it's all symmetrical. So this could be E augmented. This could be A flat augmented. Could be C augmented, or E, where we start again. So it could be any 3 of those. And typically, the augmented chord works like a 5 chord going to like a 1 chord. So if it's E augmented going to F, it sounds something like that. If it's A flat, I guess it's going to, I don't know. If it's E, it's going to A, right? So back up. If it's E augmented, make it a resolution that sounds like this. If it's A flat augmented, it's going to go to D flat. See, it's nice. Little leading tone there. Yeah. And then you get C augmented going to F. So there you go. That's how you get in and out of those. And then this next shape, let's see what we got going on here. Feels like it's part of some diminished scale, I think. Yeah. E half whole diminished, something like that. Oop. So there you go. Let's go look at the next set of strings and see what those harmonies produce here. So this one is interesting. It's kind of like a 7 sharp 9 chord, maybe. If we had that instead of this, it would just doubled the 7th. So this would be like A flat 7 sharp 9, or G sharp 7 sharp 9, which you could say is like part of like the A melodic minor scale. Right. which is going to resolve as what you call altered dominant. So A flat's going to resolve up to the root, A flat to D flat, by D flat minor, something like that. It's a good shape for that. Let's take a look at this guy. Okay, so this shape looks to me like a dominant 7 chord on top, root, third, 7. So you have D flat, dominant 7 with a G flat, maybe the tonic in the bass. So maybe it does something like that. Like at the end of some Bach prelude or something, you know. You hear that harmony a lot with the 5 chord, with the bass of the root where you're going on the tonic suspended on the bottom. It's quite common in that music. Let's see, let's look at another shape. So this shape right here, so this is an augmented triad with a major 7 on top. This is actually a sound that you'll hear from like the 3rd mode of melodic minor. So in this case, this would be from F sharp melodic minor. Let's see about this next one. Ooh, let's see. It looks to be A melodic minor. So you kind of have like a minor, the root and the 3rd with the add 6 and the major 7. Got melodic minor written all over it. That's a tonic chord. So there's that. So that was an interesting set because each one of them belonged to either A melodic minor or this one. You know, honestly, this one could belong to F sharp melodic minor as well. And maybe not just the dominant chord. I mean, that kind of would work, wouldn't it? So that could technically belong to F sharp. This one belongs to A melodic minor. And then, once again, A melodic minor. So you can have this alternation of F sharp melodic minor and A melodic minor. So that's an interesting thing. And those two key centers of F sharp and A melodic minor are apart by a minor 3rd. So it's kind of like a, you know, some kind of like impressionistic pan back and forth between 2 harmonies, you know. A melodic minor, F sharp melodic minor, F sharp melodic minor, you know, A minor. You know, there's a Chick Corea tune I listened to the other day that used the juxtaposition or the back and forth comparison of 2 minor chords at the beginning of the tune. I'm trying to remember. It's off Behind the Mask, I think is the name of the album. And I think the track is called Illusions, maybe. It starts with this really killer kind of bass tapping lick, and I think the harmony actually goes a major 3rd away. So I think it's like A minor, and I think like it goes something like A minor to F minor. Yeah, so that didn't quite work out, but whatever. But you get the idea. You know, you run into those types of harmonies and situations where you toggle between 2 distantly or kind of not completely distant, but not quite totally related key areas. So, you know, shapes like that would be really good to have in mind, you know. So if we had, you know, if this one was F sharp melodic minor, now it's F. Because we moved it down a fret. So you could do something like that. All right, let's look at the next. So here we go with that. This is definitely diminished sound. I guess it's the 13 with a sharp 9. So you're talking like C sharp, 13, sharp 9. So it's a C sharp half whole diminished sound. You know, that sound. Which is a dominant, you know, so that kind of sound is going to resolve. If it's a C sharp, we'll go to F sharp, something like that. Let's flip it around. Okay, this is nice. So this is a chord called a 7 sus4. This is it's a kind of a harmony that's known as a ambiguous harmony because it's neither major or minor. Notice it has no defined third. So it could either be part of, you know, like a Mixolydian type of sound or a 5-chord. It could be part of a you know, a minor or Dorian or even Phrygian sound, depending what the 2nd and the 6th is. You know, so there's a lot of options right there for that chord. Let's go to the next one, the next pattern here. Okay, so this one is D major 7. So that's a neat chord to have in your vocabulary. You'll see that a lot. It's a closed position, major 7 voicing there. You know, it could be from D major or D Lydian. Don't really know. Then the next one, let's see, what do we got here? That sounds definitely diminished to me. Let's see what's going on here. So you have a leading tone. So it may probably a whole half diminished. Yeah. So we have D whole half diminished, which is different from half whole. On diminished scales, if it belongs to, if you're like relating it to the dominant chord, so like if like the other one that we had, based off of this 13 sharp 9, we call the D flat 13, you want to play half whole because it's based off a 7 chord. On this one, it would be calling it like just D diminished or something like that. So you'd want to use, you know, the whole half. You want to make sure you keep those straight when you're thinking about diminished chords.